All right, everyone, welcome into the LL Football Coaches Show Extended Edition here. Chad Landers with you, and we are getting ready to talk to Conestoga Valley's head coach, Coach Scepanski. Coach, excited to have you on. This is kind of our first introduction, so welcome to the LL. Welcome to being in the Blue Ridge coverage area, and how are you kind of taking all of this in now that you're the new guy over in Buckskins Country?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And thanks for having me on. You know, it's certainly a busy time of the year. It's been busy since I got here pretty much. And now school started, so it's just a little bit more, but things have been going well. Having a great time, enjoying the team. And, I'm happy to be where I am.
So you're in the LL League right now. You were 9 years at Northeastern, but you did also kind of coach in the LL and also play in the LL. Can you fill anybody in on kind of your a quick brief summary of your history there?
Yeah, sure. I'm a graduate of Solanco High School from 2005. So I played high school football here in the LL League. And then started my high school coaching career portion as an assistant at Conestoga Valley under Tom Nichols when he was there. And then I was done student teaching and got a job offer at Northeastern and went there, and then joined their coaching staff 2 years later, and then spent 9 years as the head coach, and then happy to be back now in the LL, and I'm at Conestoga Valley.
Yeah, and you kind of get thrown right into the fire because the LL is going through a bit of a transition this year as the LL and Berks has merged into this 37-team conference. And so Conestoga Valley, from what we've known over the years, now has a lot of different opponents. The section is very interesting and is going to be tough. What is your thought and kind of how you've been able to grasp this new Section 2 where Conestoga Valley kind of now lives?
Yeah, it's not a huge change to me compared to everybody else, just because no matter what, it's going to be new for me. The difference more so being that it's not the old LL that I knew from when I played. And, I still kept up, and followed schools from the Lancaster Lebanon League throughout the years and everything. But now either league was going to be new to me essentially. But now we have the Berks County in. So, it's just a change no matter what for me.
Okay. So it is. Yeah. I mean, you're just kind of adjusting to everything at this point. So
right.
Very cool. You have a quarterback that has been there in previous seasons. We've covered him here on Blue Ridge 11 and McCoy Nicely. Is he kind of the front runner at QB? Do you have other options? How have you treated that, coming into the program here?
Yeah. I came in with an open mind for every position. Certainly, there's kids that have experience, and you kind of anticipate, I hear names, but I didn't know who they were. And then you get to see it. And, first couple of weeks, I'm asking assistant coaches, hey, who is that? And they, well, that's McCoy or that's Nick Tran. And I'm like, okay, well, now things are starting to make sense. But yeah, right now, McCoy is our starter. He's done a nice job. He's a good leader amongst the team. He's picked things up fairly well. But the other two, Liam Cheek and Garrett Daniels, have done a tremendous job learning things. And, all three of them are good quarterbacks. I'm excited to just have that many quality quarterbacks on my team. So, it's going well. McCoy's gonna get the nod tomorrow night. But the other two, I can't really say bad things about them.
So what kind of offense are you guys running over there, and how does McCoy fit in there? I'm sure everybody is interested to kind of hear what the Buckskins are going to look like on offense.
Yeah, sure. I brought in the system of our pistol wing tee. It's what I ran when I originally got to Northeastern. So we're spread, but we also, our run game is wing tee based. So we're not under center a whole lot. It's more of a short 3-yard pistol snap with the tailback mostly behind him. So our offensive system is certainly different than what Conestoga Valley has done in the past, but the kids have bought into it. They've learned it. I'm very pleased with with their effort and, commitment to being the best at it that they can be.
And you mentioned the name of Nick Tran. That's someone that the fan base is familiar with. So, what does his skill sets lend to this offense? How do him and McCoy, have they been some good leaders over there on offense for everyone?
Yeah, both of them have been great. Nick's more of the quiet leader, but his work ethic and ability and how he just kind of sets the standard for people, not necessarily vocally, but you can just see that he wants it and he works hard. Where McCoy's a little bit more of the vocal leader at times. But yeah, they've meshed together with things pretty well. Nick certainly has speed, but the way that he's able to see things and understand what we're trying to do blocking system wise, and him able to have the vision to see it has been impressive.
Okay, so are there any other offensive names to keep an eye out for? I thought I read somewhere that maybe you are breaking in a lot of new O-linemen. How's that going?
Yeah, we're going to be pretty young up front. We have one senior on our offensive line. The rest are going to be juniors and sophomores. Soren Staltzrus is the returning starter. Yep. He's done a great job. His work ethic is second to none. And then his brother Tao, who's going to be a sophomore. Again, just a great, work ethic mentality kid. They're all yes sir, no sir kids, and you don't have to ask them or demand that from them. It's just who they are, as a person, which is very impressive. The senior right now is Melvin Staltzrus at our center. And then on the other side, we're rotating a couple between Shamir and Aiden Zimmerman and Cam Zoll. So there's three guys that are going to rotate for us, between guard and tackle. And then our tight end, Wyatt Walgamuth, he'll be a senior. And they've all bought in. It's a totally different blocking system for them, so they had a lot to learn. But very pleased with their effort.
Cool. All right. How about we flip over to the defensive side? Are you more of an offensive coach, defensive coach? Have you?
I'm more of the offensive guy. Defense is going to be run by Bobby Swift. He's been a long time Buckskin, so and he does a good job defensively. So he's leading the charge on the defense.
All right, what are you running over there? Anybody stand out as somebody to watch?
Defensively, we're going to run his system, which hasn't really, we didn't change that much at all. Wyatt Walgamuth is a returning. I believe he was all section last year, all-star for him. And Robbie Swift, which is our middle linebacker, he's just got a nose for the ball. He knows one speed, and that's about it. In the secondary, Zach Fies and has been great. Malachi Santana's been good for us in the secondary, and Nick Tran and Kyle Jankowski are also back there. So, I'm pretty happy with overall defensively. The team's just been working hard to get to the best level we can be going into week one.
Yeah, week one's here. I mean, you guys are making the final preps, and then you get Penn Manor at home, I believe. So how are you feeling about the game already being here and just the matchup with Penn Manor? It's an LL matchup.
Sure. Yeah, it definitely came fast. I knew starting in the middle to end of May there, it was like, well, we got a lot to do in a little bit of time. And now that little bit of time is gone. And we have to be ready to go. So, week one matchup, it's certainly, I think it's going to be pretty much just like every other week, especially being in section 2. We're going to have to play good football. We're going to play to the best of our ability. Penn Manor's very well coached team. They got a lot of returning starters, both offensively and defensively. So, you're playing against a well coached team that has a lot of experience. So it's certainly no easy task. But we're going to put our best effort into it and go in as prepared as we can.
Is there any kind of mantra or mindset that you guys are preaching this year with the kids? I know sometimes some of the other coaches we talk to, they love to have just something kind of set in stone that every week they talk about. Is there anything you guys have kind of hammered down on?
We've talked about just being together as a team this off season. It's something that I could I heard about it from guys that were on staff that were returning. This is a pretty tight group of kids that you're walking into to be their coach. And I now that I've been a part of it, I don't doubt it at all. So we've just talked about always being there for each other, and teams are going to make plays on us. It's football, and that's going to happen. And it's not, well, that person did this or that person did this wrong. It's more the focus of what can I do to help you so this doesn't happen again. And instead of pointing the finger, we point it back at us saying, what can I do to make sure that we get this fixed? And the kids have been great with it.
Perfect. Yeah, it sounds like some accountability, just trying to firm that up. Before we end, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that your football team did experience some tragedy over the off season with Tyrese Smith and Tyler Zook. Now, I know you were kind of coming into that late, but is there a way of handling that and talking to the guys about trying to process that and maybe even potentially using it to fuel and inspire yourself for the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a tragedy for anybody to face. Sure, I was new to the team when the incident happened, and that I could kind of sense it before, but then as soon as that tragedy happened, we took a break from doing football and we just focused on us. We still got together, all the kids showed up, and it really brought that unity that we had been talking about, really brought it together. And just, I was so impressed on how, they're 16, 17, 18-year-olds and how mature they were in handling everything. Not that we didn't have emotional times, because we certainly did, and we always will. But just the maturity and the fact that they knew there was 50 guys in the room that they had to rely on. And, it's taken us a long way.
All right. Well, Coach, the day is just about here. Excited for all of our teams to get into week one of the high school football season. And of course, with this being your first year in the LL League, I'm sure you're excited as well. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for talking with us, and welcome back to the LL League.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Good luck there against Penn Manor. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.